this is section 8.3. It's a continuation of trigonometry right here. So trig, you have to first of all learn how to set up ratios. We learned that on Tuesday. You have to find out measurements of side lengths. We found out how to do that yesterday. Now today, section 8.3, it's required for you to know how to get the measurements of the angles. So if they give you two side lengths and they ask you for the angle, now we have to use a property that is called arc sine, arc cosine, arc tangent. So it's like getting the sine to the -1, sine to the negative, cosine to the -1, and tangent to the -1. So on the calculator, look at your calculator. You have to press the button, the blue button, and then sine. Do you see on top of the sine? That is right. So whenever we're looking for the measurement of an angle, we have to get arc sine, arc cosine, arc tangent. So that would be second sine, second cosine, second tangent. Okay? So, but first of all, over here on problem number 1 on your notes, it says you have sine of x equals 5/10. Find x. Well, what we need to do,
Before you start this,
Uh-huh.
you already did the pi thing, the suspicion.
so to find the measurement of the angle, the angle is x. What you need to do is this. Put sine of x in parentheses and go ahead and put on the outside sine, arc sine, sine to the -1. And then since you're doing that to the left side, you have to do the same thing to the right side. Sine, -1. Because the inverse of sine is arc sine, sine inverse. So that allows sine to be canceled, okay? So arc sine, inverse sine, and sine cancel out. And you end up with x equals, you rewrite arc sine, sine to the -1 of 5/10. And then just put that into the calculator. So let's do that in the calculator. So you put that into the calculator, and your answer is 30, and it's 30 with the little circle on top, which is 30 degrees. Let's do the same thing for the second problem. So in this case, I'm going to have what? Tangent to the -1, so inverse tangent on both sides. So you cancel out the tangent with the arc tangent, and you end up with x equals.
Attention teachers, students, and staff. At this time,
Now we continue. Once you get the degree symbol, it's important because that's how you're saying this is the measurement of the angle in degrees. Yes. Now let's move on down to the picture.
And then what was the answer for the last one you did for time?
22.25?
Yeah, 22.25.
0.25, right. Now for the picture, one more time. First, we need to label. So what is the 22 supposed to be? Which letter?
How come
The-
stuff always happens to this period and we always lose time?
Right. So it's adjacent hypotenuse, so I need to use which property? Cosine. So it's going to be cosine of theta equals adjacent, which is 22, over the hypotenuse, which is 35. Since I'm looking for the theta, the angle, I have to get what from both sides?
You have to do the
Cos.
Inverse cosine of both sides, or arc cosine. Great. And that way you can cancel out the cosine, and you're going to have theta equals, and then just put that into the calculator. Arc cosine of 22/35. So second cosine, 22 divided by 35.
So theta equals
Theta equals 51.06.
0.06.
51.06 degrees. That's right. That's you. That's you. And the last one, same idea. We label the triangle first, and the 14 would be what letter?
Opposite.
The opposite. And the 55? Hypotenuse. So O and H imply using which property? Sine. So it would be sine of theta equals the opposite, which is 14 over the hypotenuse, which is 55. Since we're looking for theta, theta is the unknown, we have to get what from both sides?
Sine.
Sine inverse?
Yeah.
Sine inverse? Great, yes. So it's arc sine of 14 over 55. And you said, Gabby, that is 14.75? 0.75 degrees. Okay, so let's summarize what we just did in this lesson. So describe the methods to solve trigonometric equations. This is finding angles, right? Finding measurements of angles. Finding, right? Finding measurements of angles. I'm in a hurry because I know that.
How much time does that?
Would you please take the attendance now? Thank you so much. Okay,
What time is it?
at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yes. Okay, so step number 1. What do we do when they give you a picture? What do we do first?
Label.
Label. Label the given sides. Did you get the copy of the homework? Yeah. Okay, great. Label the given sides. Please do not label anything that is not labeled. Any sides are not labeled. Okay, just the given sides. Now, number 2, what else? Well, you have to decide, right? Decide which trig function to use based on the given sides. Let's see. Okay, so we decided, okay, it's going to be sine, it's going to be cosine, it's going to be tangent. And then write what?
The equation.
Write an equation. Number 4,
So,
you need to get the inverse trig function from both sides of the equation. And step 5 and last, what do we use?
try to do it.
Use a calculator, parentheses, degree mode, to get the measurement of the angle. And those are the steps.